Hi everyone, how are we all feeling today then? Pretty hungover, I would guess. I'm not doing too much talking on today's video for two reasons really. One, a little bit hungover, and number two, more importantly, we have plenty of footage from yesterday that will make up most of this video. Some of it good, some of it bad, and some of it ugly. And speaking of ugly, me and Stevie were on the reaction from inside Celtic Park yesterday. Incredible stuff. Now, while we're on the subject of incredible things, this background behind me, it's not blue screen, green screen. This is a genuine flag today. And it was sent to me by Marty Boy 1888, and it's an absolute belter. So a big thanks to him for sending that along to pay homage to the champions. And what an amazing day yesterday was, from turning up at Celtic Park at the back of 12 o'clock, absolutely rocking Celtic Park, the Merchant City, absolutely rocking in the evening, to meeting Josip Juranovic, to meeting Martin O'Neill very briefly, to chatting to Ange Postecoglou, Callum McGregor, Giorgos Giakoumakis. Stevie was so happy yesterday when he met Juranovic. I pointed him out, and honestly, I've never seen a guy happier in my life. Juranovic is his favourite player, and it was a fitting end to the season. Juranovic was really sound as well. We sang the song to him, Josip Juranovic. He had a wee laugh at that. There was a really awkward exchange when he went to shake Stevie's hand at the end, and Stevie thought he was giving him his phone back, but he already had his phone. So that was a pretty awkward moment, and I know Stevie will never live that down in his own mind. But Juranovic was brand new, and what a great guy he is. Now, another great guy is Ange Postecoglou. I think we'd all agree with that. And his speech yesterday at full time was just incredible. At the time, there was a lot of singing going on. There was a lot of cheering. I actually didn't hear him say the words, "We never stop." And when I rewatched it today, about 100 times, it really is an incredible moment. What a real charismatic leader we have. And that roar when he said, "Enjoy your summer, we'll come back, we'll be bigger, we'll be better," was just incredible. What an amazing moment. I think if I was to distill yesterday into one moment, and there were so many amazing moments, that would be it. The signal of intent from Ange at this Celtic team is just going to continue to go on from strength to strength. Now, that was probably the highlight of Ange's afternoon. The day got a little bit worse for him about an hour later when he was forced by Celtic to speak to Celtic fan media. We were invited to a post-match chat with Ange, as well as Callum McGregor and Giorgos Giakoumakis. Tom Rogic and David Turnbull were also involved, although 67 Hail Hail didn't get the chance to actually speak to those two guys. But we do have Postecoglou, McGregor and Giakoumakis coming up in that order right now. It's pretty lengthy, but there's lots of good stuff in there.
It is. It's hard to put into words. The boys again were incredible today. I've challenged them all year that every time we play, we want to play our best game. And today, they had every excuse to maybe just be a bit off it and sort of just try and cruise. But since Wednesday, I've just had the sense that they didn't celebrate on Wednesday because they wanted to do it properly today and finish it off in the manner that they wanted to show the kind of football team they were. So, in the context of all that, and like you said, seeing the joy it brings to people I work with, but more importantly, the fans is, it's priceless.
And your career at Celtic hopefully is just starting. My fellow Aussie, Tom Rogic, is ending.
Don't finish me off yet, mate.
It's ending, but if you could describe the man, whether it's the character of him, his footballing ability, or what he's achieved in 3 words, how would you describe him?
No, 3 words ain't going to do it. No, look, with Tom, and you guys will know better than me, for sort of a foreign player to last this long at this football club, they've got to be made of some pretty strong stuff. He came here as a teenager, literally. He's leaving as a family man with a child, and he's had his whole adult life here, and everyone knows the expectations that you have when you play for this football club, that every year you're expected to perform, every year you're expected to have success. So you don't last here unless you're a really strong character, and obviously I knew Tom from Australia, and I've always loved him as a footballer, and I knew he'd fit into the way we play our football. So it's been great for me to be able to work with him for the last 12 months. And I said before, probably at the beginning he was the go-to man when people were trying to find information about me. Now I'm hopefully said good things about me, but irrespective, he's been a great sort of source for me in the dressing room, because I know he's been really positive about everything, and if there's been doubts in the playing group early on, with Callum, particularly Tommy, because he's been through it before, he said, look, just stick to the process and you'll see what you get at the end. I'm not sure I said it in that context, because I did say that I had the feeling that once I was announced, that the support here took me in as one of their own, and you can't attack one of their own, and they backed me as they should until proven otherwise. And it was up to me then to sort of repay that faith and repay the belief they had in me and what I was trying to do. And I said in the press in there that for us to achieve what we did this year, it was only going to happen if the whole club was pulling in one direction. And by the whole club, I mean, players, staff, management board, and the fans. We couldn't have one part of our football club, resisting the road we were going down, because, we had no margin for error this year. We had to be almost perfect in our performances to win the league. And, like I said, today is hopefully paying back, all the supporters who sort of stuck by us.
And I know you're really big on the story and the journey, and you say that to the players quite a lot. What does the next step of the journey look like?
I don't know. I don't talk about the endings, As I keep saying to the players, I don't want to sell us short. So if I can say, I didn't say this year we wanted to be champions, or, whatever sort of ambitions I had, I'll leave that. What's important is, that, like you said, the story is that if we can be a better football team next year than we were this year, and keep improving like we did, then we're going to be in a pretty good place, and that's going to bring us moments like this. But what's really important is that we understand that you've got to, we hold the pen to our story, and those words are written by us. So how we want it to end is going to depend on the words. I'm getting a bit philosophical here, but the words we put down on the paper.
Appreciate it.
And was there a moment in the season where you felt everything clicked, or did you think the players were at it from day one?
Yeah, look, I think the key for us this year is just, and it hasn't been easy, and again, you guys will know better than anyone else that, in this city, with this football team, there's 1,000 things that happen every day that will try and take away your focus from what's important, right? And you can get distracted by other clubs, other stories, people saying things, the expectations. And what we've tried to do is really say, every day we come in there with a real concentration to be the best we can be, and chip away at it and chip away. Don't look at the Premiership table. Don't look at how many games left. Don't look who's above us, below us. Just focus on what's in front of us. And because we've had that narrow focus, I haven't felt there's a pivotal moment, but there's no doubt Celtic Park here against Rangers in the derby, in my mind, that's the night we got ourselves in a position to be champions, because it wasn't that we got to first place, but if we hadn't have won, they probably would have got too far ahead of us. I didn't see them dropping too many games, so that night was pivotal. And then the manner in which we played, I think in terms of the players and their belief, they then sort of got that sort of extra bit of energy they needed to say, well, we can do this.
And see, looking at today, Giakoumakis comes on as a sub and scores twice. Should
have had three.
Should have had three, I know. How happy does it make you knowing, you've got players, you've got such a strong squad now going into the next season, you've got loads of players, goals all over the team. How happy does it make you that you know you've got those players to rely on and you've got a great selection, massive squad depth?
Yeah, but at the same time, that's the areas we can improve, because when you talk about whether it's Jacko or Giorgos, Dave Turnbull today scoring a goal, a lot of these guys missed a big part of the season, and we haven't really. It's only sort of been the last maybe 4 or 5 weeks we've had the full squad together. So being able to do a pre-season with a whole group, we'll add to the squad, we'll add to the team, we'll be stronger. We have to be stronger next year, but there'll be improvement in those guys anyway. There has to be, because, like I said, for most of them, very few, apart from maybe Cal and a couple of others and even Cal missed most of the pre-season because he's with Scotland. The ability for us now to have a full pre-season with the bulk of this squad, there's improvement in these guys. I know there is, but for them to sort of, and it's been again the story of our season. Whenever we needed someone to stand up, we've had a different person at different times, and it was great to get both Giorgos and Jacko out there today and showing what they can do.
And with Tom and Neil leaving, you losing 2 leaders in the dressing room throughout the season, like you said there, that we've had quite a few leaders step up. Who's impressed you the most, and with the summer transfers, would leadership roles be something that you'd be looking to reinforce?
No, not necessarily. I think the good thing about having sort of Nero and Tommy here and obviously Cal and guys even like Scotty Bain and James Forrest, they pass on the legacy, right? So they tell these guys what it's like to play for this football club, what the expectations are, and it never changes. So the legacy of all the great teams that have played here, it gets passed down from generation to generation. So what I'm hoping is that the new group we've had this year, that there'll be 2 or 3 amongst them that will pick up the baton from guys like Tommy and Nero, because they've lived it themselves now. They've climbed that mountain and they realise that what the expectations are every week at this football club. So it's up to them now to step up as leaders. I mean, my gut is that we still need to bring some good talent through this group, and for the most part we've tried to bring in players who their best is ahead of them, and that's what we'll be doing in this market as well.
Ange, we've finished the league season undefeated here at Celtic Park, and we've built something really special in the home games. How key is that going to be next season, particularly going into the Champions League?
It's always crucial. I knew it would be crucial this year. Obviously our away form wasn't great, sort of back end of last year and beginning of this year. So, we have to take advantage. We've got certain advantages here that, some are just natural, that, the support we have within this stadium is worth so much to us as a football club. So we've got to use that. The pitch suits our football. We've got the fastest ball boys in the world, mate. So all these things are designed for us to make sure that when teams come here, they're uncomfortable. Because it is uncomfortable for us when we go to away games. So, we need to take advantage of that. And more than anything is that that there's nothing better for a supporter that when they come to the ground and watch their team play at home, that they leave with the best possible feeling. The away days are good for the hardcore, but this one, the home games are for the masses.
Andrew, you go home on Wednesday night. Did you take the quiet moment?
No, not really, because I came back here and they were running right here as well, and they got me on the freeway as well. So, no, look, a bit like the players, I never said anything to the players, to be fair, but there was just a sense in the room that, no, we're not done yet, even though we'd won it. We wanted to finish it off today in style, so it kind of, we've just prepared for it like any other game. Of course, you take a moment and realise that, you've achieved the task, but, it was just a comma. Today was the full stop, so I'll enjoy tonight.
Certainly one that has a point to the fans.
Thank you, mate.
And when you come in last summer, you didn't really have any chance to breathe. It was just full pelt with the Champions League qualifier and the league starting. A bit different this year because you've obviously going to have a bit more kind of free time. What will that be spent doing? I don't mean personally, but in terms of the club.
No free time, mate. No free time.
Don't stop.
Yeah, no, it's... Look, I think that's the beauty of winning it this year, and that was the extra incentive for me. I just felt it was a crucial year for us to win it. You know what Scottish football's like. If one club gets dominance and it lasts for more than a year, then it takes a while to bridge that gap. So with Champions League football this year, I knew this year we had to bounce back and make sure we got our full holding in being the dominant team here. And what this allows us to do is have a pre-season with no qualifiers, I can recruit players already knowing we're in the Champions League, not having to wait for the qualifiers. The players can have a decent break, which they need after this year. So there's a whole range of advantages, but at the same time, my role is to make sure we use that. I don't want to waste it. So the work will start fairly quickly to make sure we're ready for it. Thank you, guys.
Obviously a hugely special moment for me to lead the team and be the first one to lift the trophy. But the reality is it's for everyone. It's for everyone at the club. It's for the supporters. Everybody's sacrificed over the last couple of years. Some difficult days and to have a day like this, a celebration, to bring success back to the football club is brilliant. That's why the players play football and play for this club, is to give you guys days like this.
Enjoy your break. Callum, we spoke to you in September. You mentioned the Champions League. How much was that mentioned by you this season to motivate the players?
I think firstly, you got to win the league. Your bread and butter's the league. There was obviously a period of time where everyone thought if you win the league you'll get in the Champions League, and then it was a little bit no sure. So you still then got the qualifiers at the start of next season, and they come really quickly. So they are really difficult games. But once we kind of got ourselves in the position of pole position to win the league, then obviously the excitement of Champions League and everything else takes over. But I think first and foremost, the bread and butter is the league title.
Cal, in terms of you and James are now the only two Invincibles left, how emotional was the dressing room, given that it was Near and Tom's last game?
Yeah, it was. The manager spoke, and then Tom and Nero both spoke, and they bring a tear to a glass eye, I think. Really emotional moment for the group, but these two guys have been brilliant servants for the club. Hugely successful time at Celtic as well. They'll be hugely missed as characters as well, and good people at the club. So we just wish them well for everyone at the club. We wish them well on their new journey.
Last year we were in quite a lot of disarray at the end of the season. What was it you did, and who helped you to bring this team together? Because the unity that we see from the team and now the fans as well is something unreal.
Yeah, it's brilliant to have everyone back in the stadium. I think that makes a huge difference as well. But there was a freshness. We had to recruit so many players. A lot of players left as well, and it was kind of the end of an era in terms of that group of players that had been successful, and then, like you said, just soured that a little bit at the end. But these new guys came in, they showed hunger, they showed desire, they want to play for the jersey, and the manager's a brilliant leader. He gives authority when he speaks, everyone listens, and then obviously you have to have the tactical understanding and all the football knowledge to back it up, which these players do as well. And then you get everyone working hard and running hard for each other. There's no secret to it. You just got to run hard and work hard for your teammates.
Thanks for that.
Cheers, guys.
It's a little bit weird because you're a top scorer, but you're not exactly alone top scorer. So, but actually, it's a nice feeling. I've experienced that last year also, and I was looking forward for this to happen again. I wish we had some more time so I can be the only one, but the most important is that we won the league. I'm really happy for that. I contributed a little bit with my goals and my effort, and that's the most important. The first 6 months were really a little bit tough, and I had to recover. Gaffa was really good on me, so he really took the pressure from me, and he was insisting that it didn't happen anything bad. We're just waiting for you. Just try to be healthy, just try to be fit, and you're going to be yourself, and you will help us.
Just to touch on what Tony said, the second half of the season you've been excellent for us as well. Do you now feel like you're settled into the city, settled into Glasgow, and you're happy and enjoying life here as well? Is that
actually I love my life here, and I'm feeling great. My family is feeling great, so that's really important for me. Sure, I had some tough moments this year, but the second part of the season I was almost myself. I can tell that next year I can be even better with the pre-season because I had lack of pre-season this year, and it really cost me the first 6 months.
You will get to experience the Champions League here next season. You've already experienced Europa League nights here, and we can all tell you how special the Champions Leagues are.
Actually, I've already played Champions League with AEK Athens, and it was really nice. The anthem is just like it's coming from a dream, and you don't want to wake up. It's something unbelievable. I can't wait to play Champions League with these fans in that stadium. I think it's gonna be amazing, gonna be outstanding. the atmosphere, and can't wait for this.
Extra special.
Last season you scored 30 goals and it ended up team relegated. Here you're now a champion. How does that feel?
Actually, it's an amazing feeling. It's a unique feeling to be a champion. It's something that really worth your effort during the whole season, and it's something that it has to be the best target in this club every single season. We achieved that this season, and we were going to celebrate for the summer, and then we start again as main target this league title again.
I saw you over there in the corner with your wee child. Was that special?
Yeah, it's amazing. I'm spending the best time of my whole life. I cannot believe it. I feel blessed. I've got everything, and I'm really grateful to God.
You deserve it. Thank
you very much.
So a big thanks to, well, two of those guys, Ange and Callum McGregor, for giving up time to chat to us, and a big thanks to Celtic for being so accommodating yesterday. I don't know how you feel, but I just felt like Celtic got everything right yesterday. I thought every single detail, the way the match obviously went, the team showed up, there was no going through the motions. As Ange said, he sensed that they really wanted to end the season on a real high. From all of that on the pitch to how it went after the game, it was just the best trophy day that I can remember. And let's face it, we've had, 10 of them in the last 10 years or so. It was properly good up until about 5 p.m. for me and Stevie anyway, when we turned up at the Merchant City with the intention of filming some supporters, getting their thoughts on Celtic, Ange Postecoglou, Tom Rogic near Beaton, next season, all of that kind of stuff. And everyone was absolutely steaming. But anyway, after about 8 hours worth of editing today, this is what I've come up with. Enjoy.
Listen, he was written off for day one. I mean, that's the way it was. Proved everybody wrong. Everybody keeps referring to the first 6 games. We'd lost 3 games, miles behind. People were saying, obviously we had the rebuilding job. Nobody was expecting much this season, but he's turned it round, done a great job. He's brilliant. The players that were already here, he's done a fantastic job of getting...
Amazing.
Fantastic job of getting stuff out of the players that were already here. And obviously the signings he's made, Kyogo, the future is going to be Hatate, it's going to be O'Reilly. And, he's done a great job.
It's got to ask you about Tom Rogic. Were you crying when he was going off?
It's just like a sheer emotion. You can see how much the club means to him, and obviously a legend. He is a legend. The amount of shift he's put in for this club is amazing, and I don't think anybody can argue against that. Just the sheer passion that he's shown over the last almost decade is amazing. I hope somebody like O'Reilly, or if we bring anybody else in during the summer, they'll be able to replicate that magic that he brought in, but I think it'll be difficult to top.
What about yourself? Who's going to be a bigger missing for you, Tom Rogic or...?
I don't know, it's like trying to pick between your veins, eh?
Where you off to now?
We're trying to find our pal, so... Right. But hopefully at the bars, but...
Stay strong, we are all with you.
Shit, Tambo, if you see this, please come home.
What's going on here? Kangaroo.
It's a kangaroo, mate. It's a kangaroo.
What is that?
Say, mate?
Amazing.
I got to watch it. I just want to come down here and join the celebrations.
How many folk drinks up there?
40,000.
40,000.
40,000 or more. Come on.
The Glasgow calculator out there. It is very green and white today, isn't it?
It is. It's amazing, so it is.
And what about the future under Ange? What are you thinking for next season?
I think we'll go far in the Champions League, I'm not going to lie. But the way that he's playing and the way he's got his players playing, Callum taking control of the squad for Scott Brown last season, it just shows you that he was trained underneath a good captain to be trained up to the leadership that he is today. And with the rest of them, I'm not going to lie.
Who's your favourite player?
I'll say Callum.
Really?
Aye, because
apart from him?
Jota. I want him to shine.
Aye.
The way he moves the ball, but I'm going with Rogic.
Right, I know.
Rogic's got to be a big miss. Same with Beaton. But it's just, I'm ecstatic, man. I'm all over the place. It's
look at me, you're enjoying yourself.
Mate, it's one of the best days of my life. From COVID to what we all know.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Brilliant.
But it's good.
Enjoy yourself, mate. It's been lovely to meet you.
This season, I think, is a magnificent achievement. I mean, I think people kind of sell it a wee bit short with everything that happened in the summer, all the new players. I mean, if this had been a team that had been there for 2 years, we'd be early about winning the title. But this is a brand new team. And there's been loads of times this season where they've been tested to the hilt.
And they've answered it.
Aye, the character, a bunch of new guys coming into Celtic. I'm absolutely delighted at the response I've had at certain times of the season. The Rangers game, the Dundee United game, every time I've been really, I mean, the pressure's been on us for the start of the season.
I know.
I mean, it's been
We've
on
dealt
it,
with it.
and we've dealt with the pressure.
What about the bond between the supporters and the team at the moment? Is it as strong as you can remember in a while?
Well, I'm a wee bit older than you, Hamish, so the bond has always been a wee bit great as far as I'm concerned, to be honest. But there is a wee hang, you know, but there's a really good feeling in them. Obviously, it's part of what's happened there the past few years with COVID and everybody and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So it's a release for everybody as well. But I think, not to sell the team short, what they've actually achieved, I think this is one of the, I mean, I've seen Celtic win a lot of titles, and I think this is one of the best titles that Celtic have ever
Feels
won.
good, doesn't it?
It's one of the best ones.
And that's
they've
why
ever
everyone's
won.
so happy today.
Aye, it's absolutely fantastic. I mean, we were at a communion today, and we just come down to, because we've seen all that on Twitter or whatever, TikTok, and we come down to watch it. I mean, you can't beat that stuff, do you know what I mean? It's fantastic.
Days you remember forever.
Aye, it's absolutely fantastic.
How you doing? What's your name?
My name is Pierce.
How have you enjoyed the game today?
Oh, it was absolutely brilliant today. It's one of the best atmospheres I've seen at Celtic Park in a long, long time. Absolutely great feeling to get the title. Cause you asked me at the start of the season, would we get it? I'd probably say no. We'll come close maybe, but I didn't think we would have got it.
I need to ask you, were you emotional when Tom Rogic went off today?
Oh, Jesus. I was holding back the tears, I was absolutely holding back the tears. If it wasn't for my fiancée sitting beside me, I probably just would have roared and let it go, but it was hard to see him go, like both of them, him and Beaton, you know, they've been at the club for so long. It's strange to see them go, you know.
Let me ask you about Tom Rogic as well. In terms of his replacement, do you think we've got a light-for-light one in Matt O'Reilly, or do you think the manager is going to look for another creative midfielder there?
I think he will go out and sign another midfielder, but I think Matt O'Reilly will be the main key starter for the main replacement for Rogic, but I think he will sign another backup. Obviously we've got Ideguchi in the background. I think he's more of a defensive midfielder, he looks like anyway from today's game, but I think he will go out and sign another attack-minded midfielder like Rogic, but I think Matt O'Reilly is the main one.
Finally, the most important part tonight, what's your plans? Where are you going?
Oh God, we don't know. I heard about all this craziness in the background here, and maybe the Brazenhead. We were here last time, went to Gracie's Brazenhead before, but we're over from Belfast, so we'll just see how the night goes. Probably go and take a few videos and photos in there, and then see where the night takes us.
All right, well listen, have a great time.
Thanks very much.
Hail, hail.
Thanks, hail, hail.
Quite literally, a new low for me. What was your favourite moment today? The fireworks was your favourite moment. Fireworks were class. What about yourself? What was your favourite moment today?
When the fireworks blasted.
Fireworks again.
What else?
What about goals? Did you enjoy the goals?
The 6 goals. Yes.
What was your favourite goal?
The one that Tumble scored.
Tumble's goal. It was a cracker. Let make it 2-0. What was your favourite goal?
Hurry up. Giakoumakis.
GG, the overhead kick. Do you want to know something cool? We got to speak to GG after the game, and he's this size, he's massive. He's a big legend, you would love him. Is that you? Is that your way back to your bed now? Aye. Glad to see I'm no longer on my knees anymore, and I'm at a kind of normal height again. So I'm here with...
I'm Ryan from Falkirk.
Ryan from Falkirk. Did you enjoy the game today?
Absolutely loved it. I came through with no ticket at all, and I managed to get into the game with my mate. He had a spare season ticket, and yeah, that was it.
Let me ask you, favourite goal of the day?
Kyogo's second goal, because I managed to get it on record.
Did you?
Aye.
Right, and this question I'm asking everyone, did you start bubbling when Tom Rogic came off today?
Aye. He's been a man that's been playing for Celtic for 9 years, and he's been one of the best players that we've had so far, and he's literally one of the best legends that we've got.
I feel like it's something that we can all relate to. Like, it's been a pretty weird couple of years, obviously, and I don't know if any of us were expecting this season to go the way it did. And
God bless
I
Ange.
don't know.
Hey guys, what's your name?
We're both Mark.
What's your name?
We're both 2 marks.
2 marks. Mark squared. Terrible pattern, man.
Terrible
Absolutely
pattern.
terrible
Horrendous.
pattern.
We had a manager who's came in. Everyone said he'll be sacked by Christmas.
Yeah.
They gave us all this patter about he'll not last, blah blah blah, and he's came in, and what a job he's done in terms of our philosophy, attacking football,
our values.
What do you want to see Celtic do to get to the next step? What do we need to do in the summer, player-wise?
Just recruitment.
Be brave, keep going.
I think it's
Sound
recruitment.
advice,
We've got a great squad, but it's just in terms
What
of
positions?
In terms of fullbacks, the main one for us that we have to recruit in.
Right, fullbacks.
Left back, right back. I love Ralston, I love Greg Taylor, I love Juranovic, but let's get some recruitment.
Right.
In terms of Champions League football, I think we need a slightly stronger squad.
Are you looking forward to the Champions League?
Very much, mate.
What
Very
about you?
much.
Champions League?
Do you know, it's the dream, huh? You know, every year you want to be there, you want to be in amongst the best, you want to play against the best, and you just want to see Celtic do everything
Who do you?
possible.
You got a big team. You want us to draw?
Don't
No,
care, mate.
I don't really care. Like, people say, the big draws, but if we can get us a favourable group where we can maybe drop into
I want to
Europa
go
League or
through,
whatever,
yeah.
I will take it, mate.
Yeah.
I will
Love to
what
go
about the
through.
scenes today? Like it's
amazing,
nuts, innit?
amazing.
Chilled.
But this
How
is the
beautiful.
thing, amazing fans, like the support that these fans have given this manager and this
Yeah,
team
the whole way
is
through.
amazing.
Yeah.
And
we go on. We never stop.
We
next
never
season.
stop. Next season, and the speech that the big man gave about
Amazing. We're going to get better,
bigger,
And
better,
his jumper.
stronger. You're like,
What's your Ichi? What's your highlight of this season?
For me,
you
do you
go
know, for me, I think everything turned round with Yota's goal against Aberdeen. That was, for me,
Yeah,
that's when
big
everything
moment.
span in its
Big
head.
moment.
Big moment.
Because we hadn't won away in 7-8 months, whatever it was, since February, and there was belief, and I think the team believed in one another. They believed Ange's message, and from there everything changed. And for me, that was the highlight
Big
in a
moment.
weird way.
That was
a
What about
highlight.
you?
So yeah, probably that game against Aberdeen. Jota scored. We got that win, and it was like we drew a lot of games. Obviously, Dundee United, Livingston, but to get that win at that point of the season was so crucial.
Yeah.
And I think that was the turning point in terms of this team believing, we can actually go and win this league.
Yeah.
So
Amazing.
it really was, yeah.
Perfect.
It was great,
Lads,
man.
appreciate it. Enjoy your
Hamish,
night.
thank
Take care,
you.
mate.
Truly one of the
All the
greats.
best.
Right, I think I need to take my top off here, man. But you not got one of these tops, boys, no?
No, I've not got them, no.
He's enjoying your day.
Brilliant day. Superb,
Unreal. Were
honestly.
you at the game?
I was at the game, aye.
What did you think? Just the whole atmosphere
Well,
and that?
The atmosphere was amazing. It just shows, it's just so good this season. Just shows how, it was like, just the way we were this season, so electric, so fast.
Aye.
Just brilliant, honestly.
What's your name?
Gang business. You don't know my name?
No.
No, I thought you knew the channel and that. No. He's just asked me my name.
Yeah, so hopefully that guy now knows who I am. Unbelievable. Anyway, thanks to everyone, including him, who took part. Hopefully you're not too feared up after watching that today with a bit of a hangover. The crazy thing is that's like the PG stuff that we could show on the channel. You have no idea the amount of stuff I had to cut from that. Maybe one day we'll release the raw file and get everyone absolutely cancelled. I mentioned yesterday that we'd set up an email address for people who weren't able to be at the Merchant City yesterday. Maybe they live around the world, to send in their thoughts on this season, speaking about anything they want. The problem was I actually forgot to say what the email address was. So I'll tell you it now. It's 67hailhailvideos@gmail.com. And if you want to appear on the channel on a video I'm planning this week, send us a video. You can be talking about anything really to do with Celtic this season, how much it's meant, how much of a enjoyment you've taken out of this season, what you think of Ange, any player you want, your moment of the season, your game of the season, your goal of the season. But please try and pick maybe just one or maybe two things and limit the video to around about 60 seconds or less, because we're going to get loads of these coming in and I want to get as many of you involved in the video as possible. Do it in landscape as well. This is landscape, by the way, long ways, so that it looks good on the channel as well. And send it, as I say, to 67hailhailvideos@gmail.com. We're also closing in on 30,000 subscribers, so get subbing. Remember, we're giving away one of these beautiful, beautiful tops when we get to 30k, as well as some mugs and the tickets as well for the event at the Armadillo at the end of the month, with the legends, Messrs Moravchik, my friend Martin O'Neill, Chris Sutton, my friend Jackie McNamara, and Paul Lambert, who's also my friend. I might as well get invited at this rate. So we're giving that away. Thanks for watching and supporting the channel. Thanks for all the kind messages we've received both in person and online. It's difficult to get through all of them, but we really do appreciate it. It's a wee bit weird as well for us because we're not going anywhere. The season may now be over for Celtic, but we are continuing the daily content every single day, which is what daily means. And that means that tomorrow, which is Monday, we'll have a video for you.